A new state law to protect domestic violence victims went into effect July 1st. It's designed to take away the weapons of people accused of domestic violence or people with restraining orders against them.
We wanted to see how many guns have been taken away since the law went into effect. As News 13's Rachel Knapp explains, what we found is that this is a new law that has no teeth to it.
She used to show up at my work. She was stalking me for a while.
He says they briefly dated and he was trying to end it kindly. Then he says it led to violence, punches to the stomach and the ribs.
She's been in and out of jail like 8 times.
And finally, the death threats. So that is why we are hiding his identity.
That's when she said, "You can't tell me what to do. I'll kill you. You ain't all this and that."
He says she went to extremes to try and see him.
She started calling through my doggy door and stuff like that, like real late at night.
He went to get a restraining order. While filling out the paperwork on July 17th, one question stood out. Does the abuser have a firearm? That question was added 16 days earlier. It was part of a new gun control legislation in New Mexico that went into effect in July. It states, if a person is charged with domestic violence or has a restraining order against them, and the domestic violence victim can prove to a judge their life is in danger, a judge can tell the suspect to temporarily give up their guns. The bill was sponsored by Democratic State Senator Sen Cervantes.
So the goal here is to assure that judges make the right inquiries when you have a case of domestic violence, make the right inquiries of the individuals involved, and make sure we take guns out of the mix.
We wanted to know how many times a victim asked a judge to take away someone's guns. 91 people have filed motions under this new law that took effect July 1st. Judges found that in every case there was a reasonable threat, yet only 14 people had to give up their guns. Why? To get the answer, we go back to the man trying to get away from an ex-girlfriend.
What kind of gun did she have?
A handgun, like a semi-automatic handgun.
But in court, the woman told the judge she didn't own or have a gun.
You see, there seems to be a loophole in this new law. The judge can only ask someone if they have a gun, but the law does not give the judge the authority to search if any person has a gun or has access to weapons. So this new law is based upon an honor code. So someone accused of stalking, injuring, or abusing someone is expected to be honest with the judge.
I was like, well, that's because I saw it in her car.
He says she lied to the judge. Now he was even more worried about retaliation.
Just the fact that she's threatening to kill me and she has a gun, I thought would be enough, but it wasn't. Why would they not search her house for a gun?
We took what we found back to Senator Cervantes, and he says he would consider making amendments to this new law to make sure there could be some sort of truth-finding measures after a suspect claims they don't have a gun. The senator also added, if people are lying about this, they could face perjury charges, as well as federal gun possession charges.
The point of the law is to make sure that it's not a matter of honor code. The law has consequences for individuals who fail to comply with the law, and so it's up to the courts to make the inquiry and to be persuaded. And we need to make sure the courts have the resources to do this. This takes time, it takes money, it takes personnel.
Only 2 people in Bernalillo County have tried to get guns out of the abuser's hands using this new law, despite having the highest number of domestic violence cases in the state. We reached out numerous times to Bernalillo County District Attorney Raul Torres' office to see if the loophole is why they are not using the new law, but they repeatedly declined requests for an interview. The victim we spoke with says he's not sure he would have asked the judge for his ex to give up her gun if he knew she could just lie and get away with it.
She doesn't need to have it. I'm scared. She's threatening to kill me. I was really surprised that nobody went and was like, oh, maybe we should check her house. I thought that was just like a given. I thought they were just gonna do that.
Rachel Knapp, KRQE, News 13.
And the victim we spoke with is one of 2 Bernalillo County cases where the suspect claims they don't have a gun. So which county has the most cases of people giving up their guns? We have a breakdown. Go to alwayson, KRQE.com.